Oh no, things are getting critical over at X, formerly known as Twitter, that we just got access to some documents, internal sales documents apparently, about ads at X after the oopsie doopsies that happened over the last couple weeks with Elon. Ooh, it doesn't look good. And what's interesting is, while we're gonna cover that data, I wanted to start with this, because this kind of made me think, wait a minute, what's going on? So Ellie, she's great. She covers basically all things Tesla and SpaceX and otherwise. She's been posting a ton of videos here. Starship launch from November 18th, 3.9 thousand likes, 330,000 impressions. You've got multiple. Here's Space's recording. Here's some more launch videos. 1.6 thousand likes, 5.4 thousand likes. The point is, we're getting a lot of engagement on some of these videos. And so we would have expected that over the last 2 weeks, she would have received a lot more ad revenue that she ended up getting. A lot of these posts probably averaging 500, 1.4K over here, 1.9K, 1.2K, nearly 1K. So this is good engagement, right? This is very good. Like, she's doing fantastic. Good for her. And she covers the space events a lot. And it was concerning when I saw this morning. Very strange. I feel like the Starship launch coverage and other impressions I've gotten lately, as a result of those, her Twitter or X revenue should have amounted to more, she says. Much more, in fact. It seems every time I try to look at my analytics, half of my information is inaccurate or broken, hoping we can get better data when it comes through earning with X. Now, look, it's obviously been only recent that Twitter has even started sharing ad revenue with users, but there's a real question that, is there a chance ad revenue could come to a complete standstill on X? Because take a look at this. After all these posts, she had a $38.62 ad rev share. So I kept, I was reading some of the other comments. I left a comment about, hey, like, is this maybe from the 2 weeks prior to the launch? Like, is there a lag in the data? I'm not sure, but it definitely seems messed up. Joanna Kreider, she ended up posting, and this made me think the problem's deeper. And then I just got through the tape. It's still on the tape from just a couple minutes ago here. The up press release that, what's going on with X revenues here. But look at what Elon replies here. Now, quickly, remember it's Black Friday, which means we have a Black Friday sale. New gold course drops for just $375 with live streams included. That is the best price we're ever going to see. Guaranteed. We'll guarantee it. No problem at all. This is a fantastic 2023 content set coming out on Monday. All of the other courses are on sale as well. Hashtag deflation. Go to meetkevin.com to learn more. If you're an existing member, we'll take care of you. We've got great ways for you to get all the access to the gold content. We've got new content coming out for the regular courses as well. The Stack Hack clients are getting more than they bargained for as well. Everybody's getting more. So if you want to be part of it, make sure to email us. We are getting flooded with emails. I just looked, and there are at least 100 emails that just in the last few hours that we're still working through. So if you email us at staff@meetkevin.com, give us a second. We're getting through it. But take a look for now at this. Elon replied to Joanna's response here, which is a problem. And again, to be clear, that email, though, for the courses was staff@meetkevin.com. Go to meetkevin.com to actually see all the pricing of that. But anyway, Joanna says, seeing some folks mad over low rev share. Remember, this is a gift from X. Elon didn't have to do this. Be grateful. Sorry if I seem harsh. I'm not trying to be. I'm just being honest. It's true. I mean, again, remember, back in the day, X never used to monetize. But one of the big things about Elon taking over was that he wanted to be able to compete with platforms like YouTube, and would be able to do so by offering creators revenue to incentivize more X-exclusive content production. But, now you look at somebody like Ellie, who, worked her ass off for 2 weeks and got paid $38. That's weird. So I thought, okay, maybe it's a glitch, maybe it's the prior 2 weeks. But listen to Elon's reply. Not much we can do if advertisers boycott or reduce spend on our platform. Yikes. That's not good at all. Here, so you can see the whole thing. I'll remove myself. That's not good. This was just tweeted. So now you go to, and I understand pretty much everybody on X, and I guess I shouldn't paint with that broad of a brush, but let's just be clear. Most people, let me rephrase that a second time. A lot of people seem to dislike the New York Times, okay? A lot of people. I actually don't think they're that bad. I've kind of grown up with the Times, and I think some of the information they have is very good. Is there going to be a leftist tilt? Of course. That doesn't mean some of the information is bad. Although there has been bad information. Don't get me wrong, okay? I'm not here to defend the Times, but I still read them. And I'm a subscriber, just like I subscribe to, right-leaning publications. So anyway, look at this. Internal documents leaked to the New York Times. And this makes sense, by the way, that a left-leaning organization is going to get the leaks, right? Like, if you work at Twitter and you're still, like, super on the left, or even just slightly on the left, and you're going to leak some internal data, are you going to send it to Fox so they can bag on Musk? Or are you going to send it to the Times, who'd be more likely to bag on Musk, right? So again, it makes sense that the Times has this data. But listen to this. Internal documents show companies like Airbnb, Coca-Cola, and Microsoft have halted ads or at risk of doing so after Musk's endorsement of an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory. Look, I'm not going to relitigate this. I've done this many times. Let's just be clear. Elon has walked that back and defended that he never meant to be anti-Jew. I also don't think he's anti-Jew. I legitimately don't think he hates any class of people. I do think he made a big oopsie-doopsie, though, with his post. Like, when I first read the post, I'm like, bro, you're adding fuel to the hate fire. You could have gone and responded to the positive comment, but you chose to respond to the hate-filled comment and amplify it and support it. Anyway, X, the social media company formerly known as Twitter, could lose as much as $75 million in advertising revenue in just 2 months. Actually, only about 7 weeks. Because this is by the end of the year, following dozens of major brands pausing their marketing after its owner, Elon Musk, endorsed an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory, earlier this month. $75 million. Okay, this is a big oopsie-doopsie. So first of all, Twitter, back when it was Twitter, used to make about $1.6 billion in ad revenue, which was about $133 million in ad revenue per month. So back then, over a 7-week period when Twitter was public, Twitter would have earned about $230 million in ad revenue. $230 million in ad revenue. Losing $75 million out of 230 would be a loss of about 32%. But we don't actually think ad revenue is back up to the levels where it was back when Twitter was Twitter. Now, we think ad revenues are down at least somewhere around 40%. So if I take 40% off of 230, then that means about half, and I think that's a roughly accurate estimate, about half of Elon's ad revenue may have just gone up in smoke because of the anti-Semitic controversy. Not only have IBM, Apple, and Disney paused, but now companies like Airbnb, Coca-Cola, Microsoft, Netflix is in there. All these companies are suggesting they might scale back spend. Now, there has been a trend on Twitter of people like Tim Pool suggesting he'll buy $250,000 a month of ads. Andrew Tate says he'll buy $1 million worth of ads. Honestly, I don't think either of them will. And I'm not trying to bag on either of them. For example, I did a great podcast with Tim Pool. I think he's a great guy. He's very intelligent. But I don't think either of them actually will. I think it's a popular thing to say. I don't think they'll actually do. Again, that's not bagging them. I just don't think they will. So, it's easy to say you're going to boycott products from all these companies cutting ads. But I mean, you're going to boycott products from a lot of different companies. Not just Airbnb, Coke, but Jack in the Box, Netflix, Apple, Uber, Airbnb. These are a lot of different companies. Microsoft, various subsidiaries of Microsoft have stopped advertising. Amazon's units for books and music has stopped advertising, as have some of the subsidiaries of Google, NBC Universal. Meet the Press. Well, then we have Chris Christie over there slamming all the hate that's just going on around the world. That's fine. Elon Musk then noted the company would donate all revenue from advertising and subscriptions associated with the war to the Red Cross and other relief agencies in Gaza. Maybe a lot of engagement on Twitter has been related to Gaza, and so maybe a lot of it is being donated. But the potential loss of per my quick calculations here, of maybe half of their revenue because of Elon's tweeting is not good. People get mad at me and they say, "Oh, so you still think Elon should step down?" I think either, he shouldn't be the face of PR if he's going to have these opinions, or like have the opinions, but maybe as the face of two businesses where hundreds of thousands, well, maybe not hundreds of thousands. You got maybe like 110,000 employees at Tesla, and then another, certain amount of couple thousand or whatever employees at Twitter. All these people rely on you for their livelihood. If you're saying things that's pissing off the world, does that potentially put their jobs at risk? Does it potentially mean Elon's going to have to sell more Tesla stock to finance losses at X? So, unfortunately, there's some degree of probable, self-limiting in terms of the engagement with hateful posts that someone would make, that someone should really consider doing. Now, I know people hear that and they say, "Oh, that's self-censoring." Well, look at the CEOs of basically any major company. Are they out engaging on political opinion, with very, very hateful topics where you're going to piss off at least half of people? No, they don't. It's just not what CEOs do, because they don't want to destroy their business. So I don't know if this is just I should be able to speak my mind freely and it shouldn't affect my sales. You're right. It shouldn't, but it will. So it's kind of like, let's say you have a job making $100,000 a year, standing in the middle of a traffic street, or like a street corner or whatever. You need to direct traffic. Okay, you're not allowed to have street lights there. You direct the traffic. And you have a job, $100,000 a year. But you have to come dressed up in your uniform every single day. And you're not allowed to have tattoos. And then one day you show up with a tattoo and you're fired for expressing yourself with a tattoo. Is that fair? No, because you're expressing yourself. But does that make any difference to the fact that now you lost the job? No. You see what I'm saying? Still gonna lose the job. So what was the point? If that statement was worth $100,000 to you, fantastic. Hopefully it's something good, because you were willing to take that loss. But here, I think there's a lot of head scratching going on, and it seems to be getting worse. So I'm definitely paying attention to this as a Tesla shareholder.
Why not advertise these things that you told us here? I feel like nobody else knows about this.
We'll try a little advertising and see how it goes.
Congratulations, man. You have done so much. People love you. People look up to you.
Kevin Paffrath there, financial analyst and YouTuber. Meet Kevin. Always great to get your take.
Even though I'm a licensed financial advisor, real estate broker, and becoming a stockbroker, this video is neither personalized financial advice nor real estate advice for you. It is not tax, legal, or otherwise personalized advice tailored to you. This video provides generalized perspective, information, and commentary. Any third-party content I show should not be deemed endorsed by me. This video is not and shall never be deemed reasonably sufficient information for the purpose of evaluating a security or investment decision. Any links or promoted products are either paid affiliations or products or services which we may benefit from. I personally operate an actively managed ETF and hold long positions in various securities, potentially including those mentioned in this video. However, I have no relationship to any issuers other than House Act, nor am I presently acting as a market maker.